She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain. The Alchemy of Calm. Part 4. Navigating Relationship Crises. A crisis is not the end of a relationship, but a demanding transition that requires the logic of an adult-to-adult partnership. When a couple faces deep-seated conflict or a plateau in harmony, emotional reactions must be replaced by a structured, expert-led strategy. To move from a state of chaos to one of mastery, you must treat your relationship as a sovereign project that requires a clear diagnostic phase, a tactical action plan, and, when necessary, the guidance of a master strategist. Diagnostic clarity and emotional de-escalation. The first and most critical step in resolving any major conflict is to identify the problem and acknowledge its existence. This must be a joint endeavor. However, the masculine brain, governed by the testosterone blueprint, cannot process complex emotional repairs while in a state of high arousal or frenzy. Attempting to solve a problem during the heat of an argument is a biological impossibility. The fight-or-flight response shuts down the prefrontal cortex, where logic and compromise reside. The practice. Both partners must agree to sit down only after the emotional storm has subsided. By acknowledging the issue without blame, you shift the dynamic from me versus you to us versus the problem. This collective acknowledgement acts as the foundation for all future repairs. The tactical action plan, from vision to execution. Once the air is clear, you must create an action plan together. This is where the feminine ability to inspire and the masculine drive for results merge. A plan that remains only in the mind is merely a fantasy. A plan written down is a contract. Discuss the crisis with a cool head. How do we exit this situation? What specific behaviors must change? To ensure the plan is viable, you must take the first step within 48 hours. Procrastination is the primary killer of relationship recovery. If you do not execute a concrete action, whether it is a shared date, a difficult conversation, or a lifestyle change, the brain will revert to its old, destructive neural pathways. The 48-hour rule forces a neurological reset, proving to both partners that the commitment to change is real. Continuous iteration and the arbitrator phase. A strategic recovery is not a one-time event. It is a process. You must follow the plan and regularly analyze the changes. Set a specific board meeting for your relationship, perhaps every Sunday evening, to discuss what is working and what requires adjustment. Because men thrive on specific metrics and logic, this structured approach makes them feel safe and competent in the process of repair. If, however, you find yourself trapped in the same repetitive cycles of parent-child interaction or mutual resentment, do not waste precious years in stagnation. Seek help from a specialist. Whether it is a psychologist, sexologist, or psychotherapist, an expert acts as a neutral arbitrator. The authority of mentorship. As we have learned in the masculine blueprint, men do not respond well to unsolicited opinions, but they deeply respect authoritative expertise. A third-person expert provides a system and a strategy born from years of experience with hundreds of other couples. The arbitrator effect, a specialist, allows you to look at your situation from the outside. By rephrasing your stories through the lens of a professional, the invisible threads of your conflict become visible. Choosing the expert, because a man's participation depends on his respect for the resource. Choose a specialist with high credentials and positive recommendations. When a man sees the therapist as a master in their field, he will drop his defenses and adopt the suggested system of change. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it is a high-level management decision to save time, effort, and the sanctity of your family. By using logic, specificity, and expert guidance, you ensure that the crisis you are facing today becomes the catalyst for a much stronger, more resilient union tomorrow. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at wishforlove.org.